So in an unexpected turn of events, today was supposed to be the Transformers brand team roundtable that was going to be happening with all the major Transformer websites, in my case, within the TFW 2005 bubble. And what happened was Evan was going to be taking some questions from the fans, just little things here and there. And that'll probably be a whole other separate segment because a lot was asked and a lot was written down. But the big surprise that came from all of this was Evan at the end of the segment revealed a new product to us. And what was even more shocking about it was what brand it was going to be under. We were shown a Voyager class Generation 1 blaster. He showed the prototype, and then we got to see the PR production images afterwards of the packaging in the back and the front. Now, this was something that we initially was pegged to be seen for Transformers Legacy. It was seen in the production art. We were going to assume that it was going to be the other wave mate of the Wave 1 Voyager with Bulkhead. But I think that there's something going on here. Number one, we were told that this is going to be a Wave 5 case assortment character, meaning that it's going to be a white Wave 5 alone case assortment figure for Voyagers that are going to be available on shelves only. There won't be pre-orders on Hasbro Pulse or anything. Available January 1st of 2022, so right in the new year, this is going to be available. Probably will make a very good, post-Christmas kind of option for a lot of different stores when they end up with cases of these, when usually the holiday seasons break down. Probably something that they worked out with all the retailers in a lot of ways. But what's even more fascinating is, again, it's under the Kingdom emblem as a Wave 5 kind of thing. Now, this isn't the first time late wave kind of product ends up in Transformers and then ends up also in the later assortments of the following series. We saw it with Siege into Earthrise. We saw it with Earthrise into Kingdom. Best in the case of Kingdom, since that's what's on the shelves right now, RC, Deluxe Class RC, Deluxe Class Wheeljack, and of course the Earthrise Optimus Prime ending up as a product in Kingdom. So it does not surprise me that they'd have some kind of late wave, would be difficult to get otherwise because it's a late wave kind of blaster character that will be available to purchase in the Kingdom packaging. And then later on will be also available in Wave 1 of Legacy to make it more mainstream and easier to access, because like I've said in the past, Wave 1 stuff is usually the easiest to get of any series because it's the most ordered by any kind of retailer. They always get a lot of Wave 1 and then the trickle effect happens from there when they end up with extra stock. So let's talk about this blaster. So then, Evan himself, he had what he referred to as an EP, which is an engineering pilot. It's another term for a test shot with how modern Transformers are made. And he was showing this off and showing the little pieces and parts of it. It shows that Blaster has a functioning tape door, as we would hope so. He has a molded finger, much like the Voyager Soundwave, that has a pushing of a button for the tape door, in this case in his lower abdomen, as opposed to Soundwave with his upper chest. So you could reenact that no way two can play, sick 'em kind of thing. So pretty cool that that could be done. Blaster always has a special place in my heart because he was my very first Transformer character. What's interesting also is the Eject figure that is included with it was a gang molded kind of color scheme. Eject is done in a clear kind of energized colors. They call it Energon infused energized color scheme of clear plastic, which is that to gang mold with the clear plastic used on the tape door of Blaster. So chances are, don't take my word for it, but chances are probably this will be a special release for the Kingdom one, and then maybe the Legacy one will go with a solid blue plastic for the Legacy version, which would then lead to a solid blue plastic for the Eject, and thus maybe this could be something that could be a variant. Maybe, perhaps. Don't take my word for it, but it is something to consider, that due to the uniqueness of this Eject could lead to different kinds of ideas going on. If you look on the back of the figure, what's also fascinating is it looks like they even did some nice little sculpting and molding on the back that is reminiscent of the old Microman figure, the original broadcast, and then going back to Cassette Man with that of Blaster, we're talking of stuff like, well, not Cassette Man, but it was actually Radio Man, but Cassette Man was Blaster. It was Soundwave. It has the original battery pack kind of thing going on. You see two little AA battery cylinders that are kind of chilling in the back. Kind of looks like rocket boosters, but it looks like batteries. Again, throwing back to that old design where batteries were put in the back because he was a functioning AM radio in his original Microman creation. So pretty cool stuff there. I really like what I see. And the more I look at it, this isn't a Soundwave retool. This is a straight from the ground up, brand new sculpting. Looks absolutely fantastic. I love what I see here. He also comes, of course, with his giant gun that came with the original toy. So that's also a very nice touch. Just a lot, like it looks exactly as I would imagined a updated, Studio Series 86 attempt of the character would have looked like, because we've had a lot of Blaster figures in the past in the Generations emblem. Some of them have been repaints of other existing molds, mostly Soundwave ones. Some of them have been brand new sculpts, but they really are kind of different interpretations of the characters. This one is something that really looks at the original Generation 1 toy and goes, how could we do something different? And what I love that's so fascinating about it is they did stuff where it's like his boombox speakers on his alt mode have one kind of style, but when he transforms, it has a different kind of style with faux legs, if you will, because it's on the side of the boombox. Very interesting take there. All kinds of dials, all kinds of pieces. Just a lot of little interesting things that are going on with this mold that I'm very excited about. And again, if this could be potentially a variant, maybe this is the energized version with the clear, and then we're going to get something that's going to be a more solid animation accurate. Again, the solid blue on the chest and the solid blue for the Eject mold. That's a possibility. That's a very, very, very strong possibility. Again, this will be available at the beginning of the new year. So keep an eye out for that. And if somehow you can't get it, this is probably going to be something that's in Legacy Wave 1 Voyager with Bulkhead. So you'll be able to still get another chance to get it. Probably a variant, probably not. We don't know. But still pretty cool stuff. I'm very excited about this. We still have a whole bunch of other stuff here too. We have a whole bunch of other stuff because there was a butt ton of questions that were asked to Evan about all the previous stuff that we've discussed already. And we got a whole bunch of straight from the horse's mouth answers. We're going to go through those in our next segment. And there's a lot of interesting stuff that's brought up here because some of it is answering stuff of the past and some of it is giving us a bit of a window into the future. Stay tuned for that. And as always, the Transformer Slag podcast will give you all the latest news.